Warning. The views and thoughts and opinions of blah, 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 blah. Just enjoy.
Ladies and gentlemen, and gender-neutral terms.
Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo.
Well, if you would like to, hi everybody, welcome to HIAC Talk Radio. We have a lot to talk about. It's not all good, but and I don't think this is either. So we're going to start up. Craig and I were talking about Fan Expo. Philly Fan Expo was this past weekend. He and I had the amazing. I had the amazing pleasure years ago to be part of a Ghostbusters panel, and kind of still living off that high, but it's not always puppies and rainbows, apparently.
It is not, because Dan and I did a Ghostbusters panel last year, and with our buddy Kevin Gall 2 years ago.
2 years now. Yeah, it's been 2 years. He never. By the way, I still have the recording. He never got the recording out, just like you said.
From our buddy Kevin Gallagher, and this year for Fan Expo Philadelphia, was my first year being a moderator. Like, I've been, begging, pleading, for years to do this. And even, who do I need to talk to? What do I need to do? Dan made an audition tape for me for all the panels that I did host. I sent it to them. They liked it. I talked to the head of programming. They liked me. We had a Zoom call. So you're in. So I got a list of all the people that I would be interviewing. I'd be hosting their panels for Fan Expo Philadelphia last weekend. We didn't have a show last week, kids, because Thursday night was the Fan Expo Media Press Welcome. That's where you pick up your press badges and everything. And every once in a while, we'll have they have an artist or, one of the celebrities that are going to be there in the weekend. Last year was Claudia Wells, who was Michael J. Fox's girlfriend in Back to the Future, the only one she did. And she was really nice, and they have some comic book artists, but it's usually someone on that level of celebrity, like a really nice person that's, attainable. 4 years ago, it's Brian O'Halloran from Cheers, Dante from Clerks, from Clerks.
But cheers to you.
Cheers, Clerks. Nice guy.
Not even supposed to be here today.
He wasn't even supposed to be there that day, but I still got a chance to talk to him. I still have a message on my phone that he left for me. But this year, why we couldn't do the show last Thursday, because I was Fan Expo press welcome, and there was Mr. T. And the place was packed. He talked to NBC 10, the NBC affiliate here in Philly. He had a great interview. And so I got to be on there, even though I didn't know I was in the background, but there I was. And he talked at length he answered questions, and he's the black Kevin Smith, because you just ask him one thing, he'll just go on and on and on. But he's got that deep voice. He's very respectful. And anyone who asks him a question, he always said, ladies first. And so afterwards, they said, okay, well, Mr. T has to go. But he insisted, I'm taking a picture with everybody. Anybody wants to get a picture taken with me, I'll take a picture with everybody. But ladies first. So, there was a line for him, but I was in front of someone and he said ladies first. So I got to make a video with Mr. T, because last week, Dan, was May 28th. And May 28th, 1982 was the date that Rocky 3 premiered in theaters. So it's 44 years to the day, and my mom took me to see Rocky 3, and it was actually in the theater 2 blocks from where this event was held. So I got to tell Mr. T that because I was scared. I told him I was scared of Mr. T when I first saw him in Rocky 3. But he said, I scared myself. Actually, that's not true. I actually saw Mr. T 2 years before that, but I was on an NBC special called America's Toughest Bouncer. That's the competition that he won 2 years in a row on an NBC show called Games People Play. That's where, and back then, kids, there were only 3 networks. So whatever was on NBC, ABC, or CBS, somebody was watching. So this show called Games People Play, hosted by Brian Gumbel, was seen by 24 million people that night, and they were having America's Toughest Bouncer. And one of those people that were watching this guy, Mr. T, win that was Sylvester Stallone, because he had been auditioning real boxers for the role in in Rocky 3, but he kept getting hurt. He tried he wanted Ali for the original. That's where he got Carl Weathers from, because Ali couldn't do it. But for this one, he auditioned Ernie Shavers. Ernie Shavers by Muhammad Ali's Larry Holmes and Jordan. Ernie Shavers was the hardest puncher in the history of boxing. Muhammad Ali said it. Larry Holmes said it. Ernie Shavers hits harder than anyone they ever faced. Sylvester Stallone worked out with Ernie Shavers to see if he was right for the part of Clubber Lang. This is a Sylvester Stallone quote. Ernie Shavers hit me in my elbow and knocked me out.
Wow. Right.
That's how hard he hit.
Okay.
So he said he saw Mr. T, that guy's more my speed. He's obviously a tough guy, but we can work with him, and hopefully he won't physically hurt me, the way Dolph Lundgren did in the future Rocky 4. But yeah, so that was Mr. T. So I'm all excited because I'm hosting all these panels for Fan Expo Philadelphia. I was going over my itinerary with Dan before we went on the air. I had 7 panels. I was going to talk to Gary Anthony Williams, who played Uncle Ruckus on Boondocks, and he was also Smart Brother, an undercover brother. He plays Stevie's dad on Malcolm in the Middle. Great follow on Instagram, a really funny guy. And I was talking to the cast of Ed, Ed, and Eddie, all 3 of those guys. I was going to talk to the governor from David Morrissey, the governor from The Walking Dead. Jim Cummings, who does the voice of Winnie the Pooh and Tigger 2 and Darkwing Duck. And I was going to talk to those guys twice, and Jim Cummings won. So I had 7. So this is my first time moderating, and this year they asked me to submit the questions that I was going to ask. I've never done this before. I've moderated panels before, and they just, unless the talent says something specifically, I don't want to talk about this, we'll leave it alone.
Right.
When I talked to Gina Torres back in 2019,
yes.
We talk about anything else. She said, but don't ask me about Lawrence Fishburne. She was married to Lawrence Fishburne. Didn't want to talk about it. I was like, fine. We talked about it.
News to me.
Yeah, but we talked about everything else. What up, D-Mac?
Hey.
I don't know why. You need to take that jersey off, but other than that.
Oh,
I knew it was going to be. I knew it was going to be bad.
I'm pretty sure you guys remember the feeling back in 01, right?
Oh, yes.
Yep, yeah.
I'm gonna get you in a second, Derek. I just gotta finish the story.
Yeah, let me finish the story.
No, I had 7 panels. I was gonna talk to Uncle Ruckus, Derek.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yes, but I had to submit questions before. They had to know everything that I was going to ask.
Really?
And apparently, and I thought this is they've never done this before. They didn't like the questions that I asked, or they thought some of them were inappropriate, was the word they used. I didn't use any profanity. I didn't ask anything untoward.
About Uncle Ruckus?
One of the questions I submitted was, have you ever gotten booed? And they thought that I was taking a shot at Gary Anthony Williams. I was saying no. And it turns out they didn't know who Uncle Ruckus was, the people that do Fan Expo. And I had to explain to the person that I said, no, he voices an anti-black man. He's a black man who hates black people.
Yes.
So because of the character he voiced, I wanted to know I legitimately wanted to know, have you ever been booed? I asked the same question of David Morrissey, who plays the governor on The Walking Dead. He came right out and said, yeah, I've gotten booed. The first time I went to San Diego Comic-Con after my season, where, I killed Herschel and I killed Andrea, said, yeah, I got booed. So I didn't think that was, apparently they thought that was inappropriate. Long story short, I went from 7 panels, they only gave me 2. So I got cut out. I never got to talk to Uncle Ruckus. I never got to talk to Jim Cummings, the voice of Winnie the Pooh. I had 1 panel on Friday and 1 panel on Sunday. I had none on Saturday. So they cut me all out of that. Okay. So I was upset, pissed off, disappointed, just really just shaken, especially because I advertised. I told everyone I was going to talk to Uncle Ruckus. But I never. So they pulled me up. This is Friday afternoon. The thing starts at 4:00. I got an email at 11:30.
Oh my God!
The final panel mode, and I'm kicked off of all of them. And the person they replaced me with, guaranteed they didn't have to fill any fucking questionnaire, but I did. But because they didn't like my questions, they booted me off. So
that's terrible. And given the climate of this country, like Uncle Ruckus is like such a prominent character, to talk about and have around nowadays.
If you could see my face, it was focused on Derek and Craig when they were talking, but I'm whiter than the snow. And I know who Uncle Ruckus is and what he's about.
Yeah.
I stayed up to watch the fucking show.
But that's why not, yeah. But why not just, instead of just telling me, hey, can you change the questions or can you not use these?
You're banned.
Yeah, we're just going to take these away from you.
What's this guy's name?
Or even go, hey, could you explain what you mean by this question?
Yeah, or which ones were.
You could just admit you don't understand who the fuck this is.
Yeah.
It's not, I mean, not to, he's known as, Uncle Ruckus.
Smart brother,
and the dad from Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah.
That's like his 3 biggest roles. You would think, even if you didn't know who Uncle Ruckus is, well, maybe they don't know him as Smart Brother. Maybe I'm assuming too much.
But they labeled that question, have you ever gotten booed, as inappropriate because they thought I was like, if you, Gary Anthony Williams, I was saying my context was because of the character you play. Have you ever gotten the same thing I asked the governor from Walking Dead? Anyway, so
I just want to catch up on some of the text messages we're getting. But I'm going to read this one first because it pertains to what you're saying. It seems like organizers would have a better handle on who they're booking.
Exactly.
And I just want to elaborate on that. Even if you didn't, there's this little thing that you have in your pocket. It's called a phone.
Yeah.
And if you're at your desk, sometimes you have a bigger one, which is a computer.
And that's it. And why would they boo him? And it would tell you.
Why would he get booed? Who is Uncle Ruckus? I don't know. Ask a friend.
Well, they deemed my questions as not the kind of questions that they wanted me to ask the talent. It wasn't just a Gary Anthony Williams. It was also the Ed and Eddie people.
This is one of the dumbest things I've ever heard.
Because one of the questions I asked was because I was like, which one of you is Ed? And I was just being, but they didn't like it. That was one of the questions. That was one of the questions.
Who's the guy that's running this? Say his name. Go ahead.
Well, they're women. Claire,
never mind.
And Dan.
Janie was another one.
Never mind.
But yeah. So so that's why.
But you have to have somebody to at least
to know who he is, like just somebody to know who they're working with. Somebody, anywhere.
Anyway, so my weekend was kind of cut short because I didn't get all the panels I was supposed to get. I did get to meet Mr. T last Thursday, which is why we couldn't do the show last week. And great guy, but slightly. But so that was my weekend. But that's my rant. Like Dan said, top of the show, everything we're talking about that is not going to be good. So that's my rant. I know each of you also have individual rants, so go for it.
I'm trying to decide because you got a hard out at 45 in like 25 minutes or so, right?
Stay to about 8. So you got me.
Okay. Well, then we could probably because then we'll go in the order I said. To catch back up, also Dana says, "Sorry, I'm late. I was helping Ric Flair talk down to someone online. Hope it wasn't on a plane."
His own child. Did you see that? His own
what?
son.
Oh yeah,
he was talking down to David about using the Flair name.
Mm-hmm.
But it's his name too.
Well, according to Flair, I built the name up. Something about he used it for some type of business that he has.
Did David Flair assault anybody with his last name?
No, I think he owns a business and he uses that the Flair name. And
I don't think anybody's confusing the two of you, Rick.
Yeah, he went on his long rant about it.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Did he have all the words in capital letters as they began,
or every other word?
No, which is funny because the internet was like, Rick didn't write this.
Rick didn't write that then. Yeah. Susan Lucci got booed for playing a heel in a soap opera. Hell, she even got death threats.
Susan Lucci, another Long Island great.
Right. Imagine not getting to interview Jim Cornette or J.J. Dillon because one of your questions would have been, have you ever been booed? Yeah, that's a non-flyer for me, man. I don't know. Hey, let's get this out of the way. Derek, how you feeling right now, man?
Oh, I feel amazing.
Yeah.
I feel great. We beat an alien last night. He's pissed off. I'm probably going to lose game 2. He's very upset. But it was great.
Listen, I just want to point before you continue, because I don't want to stop you, because as much as we give each other crap, you deserve this as much as I give it out. Take it. At least you're not the guy that walked out onto the court to take a selfie.
Oh, to take a selfie.
But then aimed it at his fucking crotch because he's that tall.
I know. And now you're banned for life and didn't even get the picture.
You can't even get the picture. You got a picture of his crotch with your head next to it because he's like, you got to go up here and you're not allowed back in. Congratulations.
And be thankful Mitchell Robinson and Wemby are like good guys because they're both 7 foot and they could have pummeled him before he even got close.
That is what was. I was watching it like this on loop on Twitter because I'm like, how did they not kill this man?
Yeah,
because he's and they're like, okay, lucky mother effort.
They're very friendly.
Dana says the Knicks know how to basketball this time without Anthony Mason.
Yeah. R.I.P. Anthony Mason. I know. The only thing that sucks is that there's a couple things that suck. First of all, it sucks it sucks that Charles Oakley isn't allowed in the building because he's feuding with James Dolan. So that sucks. That he's not. You don't remember they kicked him out of the building? It was like 9 years ago. He got removed from a game.
They're still banning him.
Yeah. Isaiah's banned too, isn't he?
Yeah, Isaiah Thomas too. Yeah.
By the nerdy owner, dude? Oh, fuck off.
The commissioner said he tried to mend fences. They said Michael Jordan tried to help, and he goes, it's nothing we can do. So that sucks. The second thing that sucks is that New York is so happy right now, right? They're selling out the Garden to show watch parties. They're showing it in Times Square. And of course, because this is my life, I think it's fucking 3. Fucking Donald Trump goes, well, I'm going to be courtside.
Oh, no!
Because we can't have nice things in this city. No. We can't.
Dude.
New York, listen to me. I hope they boo him out the building like Los Angeles booed Hulk Hogan off of Raw. I hope he gets booed as soon as he shows up on that floor.
Maybe he'll fall asleep before he gets there, Derek.
Yeah, right. He might miss the call time, right?
Maybe. Listen, everything he touches goes to shit, whether it's on purpose or inadvertent. This is not funny for me. I just want to point this out. This is not funny.
Everything was going so great. And then I turned on the TV, goes, I was invited to game 3. Like, why? Yeah. Why? James Dolan, we just started liking you again because you're not getting involved.
Dude, listen, call out this like I call out John Middleton and Comcast. Not Lurie recently. Recently. Oh, Derek, I wish you knew my mother when I was younger. She's like, motherfucker. She hated that dude. But you need to listen. There's more of you than there is him. Just circle around him at the Garden.
Yes. And just Dolan, read the
room, dude.
Even if he's your friend. Hey, buddy, let's skip this one out. How about you just don't come around?
Like, do it after. Listen, we joked around, but Saquon Barkley had a helicopter ride with him, and what happened this season?
Oh, listen, the
He had a
Giants.
shit season.
Look, the Giants, we might go 0-17, except Abdul Carter is a stand-up guy. So maybe Abdul being a stand-up guy will kind of even it out.
Although you wouldn't know Abdul Carter was a stand-up guy because the people that were talking about
the way
him.
they talked about him, right?
Oh, yeah. Isn't that weird how that balanced out?
Yeah, he's not a man, according to Boomer Esiason. He's not a man.
Yeah, and you know what? I didn't realize I replied to it earlier, replied right to Boomer. But when I was growing up, there was this thing called Never Call Me Norman. I was like, I'll call that motherfucker Norman anytime I want. And I was like, oh shit, he's on it. Oh well.
And it's crazy because when I was in high school, we have like an all-star game for the seniors, and people from Long Island play people from the city. It's called the Boomer Esiason Classic. Yeah. And I met him, and he was the nicest guy.
Of course,
right? He was so nice.
Sure, yeah, that's what I've heard.
And then you read this, and it's like. And the way he said it, they had a phone conversation. I bet there was only one man on the phone. Yes, Mr. Carter was probably the only man on the phone.
It was very condensed. It was, Derek, it was very white.
And look, he's the quarterback of the team, right?
Yeah.
I respect Jalen Hurts because he's the CEO. When you're the quarterback, you're the CEO of the team, whether you like it or not.
You're the face.
He went to a Trump rally. Nobody in the front office knew. None of his teammates knew, and this is how smart this guy is. He proceeded to go to the Trump rally and try to get a Go Big Blue chant at a Republican rally. That's how smart this kid is. And he was shocked when nobody chanted Go Big Blue.
That I did
back.
not know. I did not know that aspect.
He was like, give me a Go Big Blue. And they were all in the crowd like, what? Blue?
See, it's a little different because, like, when you watch football and basketball, like I watch hockey and basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And I just assume hockey, they're all that because they're just rich white kids. They're rich white kids. I'm going to bring this up in a second. If anybody's seen my posts, I'm going to fully explain stuff. So it's not as hard for me to go, they're all that way.
Mm-hmm.
This is a little different. Slightly different situation.
And this is the guy, and I don't want to get too woke on people, but this is, if you look at Jackson Dart, he cosplays as if he's a friend of the culture.
Yeah.
He wears a bunch of chains. He does the cool dances.
Oh, shit. No, I did not know that much about him. I don't know.
And then he goes and he does this.
Yeah.
And they're mad at Abdul Carter because all he said was, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
Tell me this is AI.
Well, why do you think they got mad at him, Derek?
And then they're mad at him because he had a press conference and he goes, look, I'm going to stand on what I believe on. And I'm going to stand on, if I think something is hateful, I'm going to stand by it. But he's my teammate, and we have the same goal on this team. Sound good to me.
Yeah.
The media's like, oh, well, why did he have to say he has to stand by what he has to say? He is a 23-year-old Muslim man living in America. Mm-hmm. Stop it.
I did not know the Muslim part. That puts a whole new spin on everything that I've heard the last week.
What do you think what do you think they magnified, Dan? The fact that he spoke up and and he's Muslim. We have even bigger target now. Now let's make this an even bigger deal than if one of his white teammates did the same thing. It's amazing how the person that stands with a convicted felon and convicted rapist is absolved of any wrongdoing, but the person who calls out, why are you standing along with this guy? Let's get that guy.
Yeah, let's get him.
He's the villain.
Yeah. And last thing on this, Dart has he has a press conference and he goes, they all say the same thing. It wouldn't matter who was the president. It's an honor. I would have went. My father, people in my family retired from the military. My dad is a retired Marine and blah, blah, blah. My uncle went to. So you justify all that by introducing a draft dodger at his rally?
Yeah. And the thing is, it's the president. Yeah, but it's this president.
Yes, exactly.
It would be an honor to serve. If you didn't vote for George Bush, it would still be an honor to be invited by the president. If you didn't vote for Barack, but it'd be an honor because it's the president. Even if it's Biden or Clinton, it's an honor. But it's this president. That's the thing. It's like, it's not a blanket, well, he's a president, we have to honor him. No, we don't.
Yeah, and speaking of Bush, I think you said it on the show, Dan. Man, does Bush look better now?
I did.
He looks better now.
Yes, I did. I was thinking about that because my mom was kind of center. It depended on her mood. If she was Republican or a Democrat, depending on what. And I just remember her being like, "I hate this guy."
Yeah.
And I'm like, I mean, he's not Nixon.
Mhm.
And then I'm like, years later, I'm like, God, he's like a Rhodes Scholar.
But he talks, right? I heard an interview with him. I think his daughter interviewed him, and he was talking, and I was like, "Holy shit! He's like 1,000 times smarter than the guy that's in office now." And I remember people were killing him for saying misremember, but it's neither here nor there.
Underestimated.
Misunderestimate.
Misunderestimate. Fool me twice. If you fool me once, you can't fool me again.
I mean, Will Ferrell did a whole HBO special just being George Bush.
Oh,
And if anything, that humanized him. And Bush invited Will Ferrell to the White House. It was never a thing. If you made fun of the president, Chevy Chase made his entire career out of making fun of Gerald Ford. It cost him the election to Jimmy Carter. He's playing golf with Gerald Ford because they understand that if you're the president, everyone's going to be, especially Saturday Night Live, is going to make fun of you, poke fun of you. That's the thing. That's, if anything, that assures your popularity. Barack Obama had a white guy impersonating him. Fred Armisen did Barack Obama. With that, I didn't see anyone going crazy.
And he did it without blackface.
But Fred Armisen is tan anyway, so like it wasn't anything that was like untoward or anything. Fred Armisen also did Prince. Again, he did it so well that But who gives a fuck? This person,
nobody's orange.
Evil.
Like who? If I do orange face, I'm gonna get in trouble now.
Yeah, he doesn't. I mean, that's why he hated Alec Baldwin all these years. Because Alec Baldwin was making fun of him.
Yeah, and that's bad if people are like, fucking Alec Baldwin.
If you were siding with Alec Baldwin, then that's bad. You have a Mercedes rant, Derek. I don't want to because you have limited time.
Before we move on, I just want to catch up on the chat. I don't want them to think we're ignoring them.
Okay.
Yeah, I read that one. Orange wants some of Mom Domini charm to run a off on him. That's not going to happen. Best thing Dolan ever did was sell the Liberty so they could finally be good.
Yes, and they moved to Brooklyn and won a championship for the Barclays.
And then, as I guess, referred to Jackson Dart with an X and an S. So he's Kid Rock.
Oh, Kid Rock, who also took a picture with Ric Flair over the weekend.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, no comment. Raven Johnson is currently teaming with Sophie Cunningham and Caitlin Morgan Wallen Concert Clark. Sometimes it just be like that.
Oh yeah, Caitlin Clark. By the way, Caitlin Clark, she's like yelling at her coach. And can you imagine if that was poor Angel Reese? What they'd be saying about Angel Reese?
Of course.
Listen, I'll tell you right now, as a short, chubby white man, I will die for Angel Reese.
Yes.
I don't care what team she's on. Don't care. No, I will fight. I will fist fight you in the middle of the street for Angel Reese. I don't care if she ever knows my name. She never will. I will still fight you. Watch your fucking mouth. Anyway, Mercedes Mone. I've been chomping at the bit to hear what this is going to be about. I think I know where this is going, but our roving reporter Derek McDonald has some stuff to say about.
And I want to start this by saying I'm not a Sasha / Mercedes hater. I'm one of her biggest fans.
We have been on the record praising her many times. I don't want to hear it from anybody.
So just over the weekend, Saturday's night main event, blah blah blah. Obviously Becky lost to Ruca. Did the honors for her. Awesome. Charlotte has been doing the honors seemingly for everybody since she came back, which is funny because everybody called her like the Triple H of the Divas division.
Such a piece of shit.
Yeah, and all she's been doing is putting people over. Bailey has been putting so many girls over to the point people are upset at the way she's being used.
Raise my hand.
Which is valid, even though she pointed out she's been on every pay-per-view this year, so good for her.
Still, I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
As long as she's happy, I'll keep my mouth shut, but I'm still
I watched Sasha return last night and win and hold up that Owen Tournament title and just thought to myself, I just thought to myself, what has she done since she signed with AEW to help elevate anyone?
Right.
And the answer to me is nothing. And it sucks because I think she could be doing what the other 3 horsewomen are doing without diminishing her star and still being a superstar there. And I think the her winning and having all the titles and this and that, I think it's diminished the way the fans look at her, and that sucks for her. I don't know if it's her, I don't know if it's Tony, but she's at the level now where I feel like she should. Now she could feel differently, obviously, but I think she's at the level where she should be given back like the other 3 are.
Yeah,
and like her losing would not hurt her at all.
No.
Against anybody at this point, it would never hurt her.
but the thing is, the way AEW is such a lousy way of promoting people. If Sasha were to put anyone over, someone that person needs to then get a push, a significant push. That's one thing AEW is horrible at doing. They don't make new stars. They'll beat them to death, and then they'll have them beat somebody in like 2 years later, and then they start putting like what they're doing with Mark Briscoe now.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
should have been doing for 3 years ago, right after his brother died. He was the number 1 face in all of professional wrestling. And you start beating the guy left and right. That's your number 1. That's your 1 or 1A baby face right there. But no, so if Mercedes is going to put anyone over, and she should, I agree wholeheartedly, especially at this phase in her career, find someone that you want to push and have her beat, not in like the 25-minute, Broadway deal, and ever beat Mercedes in 8 minutes.
I don't understand. I try. I don't try to always be like, I'm going to say something different. I try to do the Dean role where he would have not a contradiction, but just bring up the opposite point just to further the discussion.
Yeah.
And I try to sometimes do that. I am not as good as a host. I don't think I am as Dean. That's just me. He says I'm fine. Whatever. I don't have that ability, but I can't come up with one for this because I have in the past for Mercedes. I don't understand what this.
I don't. You had a chance when she was with Camille, and whatever happened between them, and Camille just disappeared from TV. If you would have did the angle like everybody thought they was doing, Mercedes was going to be the Shawn to Camille Diesel. Camille would be a star by now.
Yeah,
like, that's one extra star. She could have did it for Willow, for Stat. There's so many women, and like I said, I wonder if. And Craig made a good point. It has to be a Tony thing.
Yeah,
it has to be. Darby Allin beat MJF when MJF was so hot. MJF is champion. Does anybody care about Darby's title reign?
No, I don't care about Darby for a modicum of reasons, and I'm not allowed to say it because it's just not real. I'm like, nah, I saw the screenshots, it's fine.
But and the same for they turned Kevin Knight heel, and everybody's like, oh, he has so much potential. I don't believe he's going to reach his potential.
No,
I don't.
Not there.
Not yet, exactly. He won't do it there. Look at Will Ospreay. He's just a guy. No matter how many times they push him, he's just a guy now.
Will Ospreay should have been your main event against MJF in London. He is from London. He is your top babyface, and you have him getting beat left and right, getting beat by Moxley of all people, and have him in the Death Riders. Like, are you stupid? You have this guy, and he's not. I won't say he's injury prone, but because of his style, it lends itself to injury. So you need to strike while the iron is hot with that guy. And you just wasted him. You've wasted him for the last 2 years. Yep. He's been flying to make TV tapings from London every week. Every time he comes on, it should be an event. Every time he comes on, it should be a win. So when your main event is MJF versus Will Ospreay, it writes itself. And they still blew it. So yeah, they don't know how to push anyone credibly. You had a layup with Wardlow, and you blew that. You had a layup with Mark Briscoe. You blew that. You had the Hurtson to come in, dominate, get cheered, even though they're supposed to be the heel, the most over team in the company. Blew that. You have him lose the tag team title without getting pinned. So I no. So whoever, and I'm sure Mercedes said I'd love to put someone over, but who's that going to be?
Yeah.
And then when is that going to be sustained push?
Dana asks, is they still have that Wembley thing coming up?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm actually looking up the schedule now. I don't remember it's coming up. I'm just gonna, because there's no problem between me and Foxy. I don't know if she's trying to pull back on wrestling, but I have to bring this up, Veronica, so I'm sorry. She didn't do anything wrong. But when we used to do Nerd Herders and she'd come on the show a couple years ago when she got back into wrestling, she'd come on more often. And I remember specifically she made a point to break in the conversation to bring up Sasha at the time. And I don't remember the exact incident, but what she said was she was implying because Sasha doesn't want to do business. And now this is a friend of mine for years and she's a wrestler. So at one side, I have to take her word for it. But on the other side, I'm like, Sasha, really? And then you cut to like 3 years later and I'm like, is it Sasha? Is it not Sasha? I'm sorry, Mercedes.
And this is when it comes to where you need to be a boss, right? Like Tony Khan.
What I said? Yes.
Yeah, because if you look at Mercedes when she was Sasha, she helped make Bianca Belair a star. Like she helped that WrestleMania, that helped Bianca become a star. And maybe she didn't want to lose, but she did business. If I'm Tony Khan, I go, hey, I signed your checks, right? You have a name. Nothing you can do here will destroy the character that you've built up and the name you've built for yourself. Let's build some of these women up so you can have meaningful matches and feuds that people care about. If you look at Sasha right now in the hierarchy of the four horsewomen, she's the coldest out of all of them. And that's with Bayley not holding any titles and Bayley not being in any major feuds. She's lower on the totem pole than Bayley. And it's because when she comes out, she's going to dance, she's going to chant CEO, she's going to win, she's going to leave. And that's it. There's no intrigue to her. There's nothing about her. And like I said, you look at Bayley, she's in NXT, she's on Raw, she's on Smackdown, she's down in AAA, and people are going nuts for her down in AAA. She's running schools for girls who want to get into she's doing all these different things. Charlotte is one of the most beloved females on the roster by the fans. And this is after, like we said, everybody was calling her the Ice Queen and she's a robot and she can't cut promos. And, Becky is doing the great Donald Trump impression and she's putting people over and this and that. And I just look at Mercedes, and I just go, she could do so much more than what they're doing. Now, a part of me wonders if she's just on cruise control till that contract rolls over and then she can go back to WWE.
I mean, that's also a very good point. That's a good point.
But who knows?
Dana says Monkey's Paw. Mercedes Mone finally loses all of her titles, but it's against the debuting Tessa Blanchard.
Talk about burning money. That's what Tessa did. She just burnt. She just burnt all that money.
I mean,
her and Charlotte was a Mania main event. Waiting to happen.
Like her on
with
her name alone.
With their fathers in their corner. Yeah.
On her name alone. And you had to. I wonder if she tried to grandstand that day. I wonder if it would have ever been mentioned.
Probably not. I think she's in WWE if that day never happened.
Because that was like a minute later, Mia Yim was like, "Oh, whoa, hey."
Yeah, it was like, and everybody. It was me, Chelsea Green, Mia Yim, it was everybody.
Oh man, they were holding receipts, Tessa. You pissed off some people. Mine doesn't count because it's a guy who hides behind anonymity and blocks me when it's convenient. I was trying to decide where I wanted to go next. No, Derek, I wanted to bring something up with you first. Because this past week, first of all, anything else anybody wants to close with the Mercedes deal? Because I don't have an answer. I'm confused and I don't know what's going on.
No, I said everything I wanted to say.
Yeah, I'm confused just like you. I'm just wondering who's the mastermind behind this.
And you figure stuff out before I do, so that's a bad sign. Oba Femi. I want your guys, because last time your take were both like, no, it's cool, and I was like, I don't know if it's cool. I still don't know if I like this. I know the match looked great. I know what you felt on privately. I went back and watched. I'm still not okay with Brock having a goddamn scene like he did. He took his boots off. That's it. We're done.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about this. It looked great. The story that Brock almost could not kill him, and he finally killed him. I still think it would have meant more if he went over again. I don't know what they're doing here. I know I'm waiting as a whole pattern. Wait till the story's over. I'm nervous, guys. I'm really fucking nervous.
All I can think is he's going to retire Brock for good at SummerSlam in Minneapolis, where Brock is from. Now that's
okay,
in what?
I didn't even know it was.
What is that in August?
Yeah,
so I don't know.
Months.
I don't know what you do between now and August. I thought they were going to have Oba win the King of the Ring tournament, and then they said that whoever wins King of the Ring gets the main event against a world champion at SummerSlam. So you're not going to have him main event against a champion. So all I can guess is that they have him beat Brock at minutes, because at the end of the match, Brock goes 1-1. I got one, you got. So that's all I can hope. Like I was telling you guys in the chat, I was upset that he lost. They tried to protect him
first time.
When he lost over the weekend. I was upset. I'm like, oh, like he's so hot right now. Then they did what they did with him on Monday, and maybe because they were in Europe and the crowd was hot for everything. But the whole thing of him beating guys up and still doing the entrance and the people went crazy. I was like, oh, okay, he hasn't lost any steam, but I don't know how you have him losing this tournament unless you have somebody else pin him. So I don't know.
Well, let me bring up the tournament because I don't even know. I can't remember off the top of my head who's in it.
It's so weird. They're doing like triple threat matches in the first round, and then whoever wins the triple threat match. I know Oba won his. And Seth Rollins won his.
Femi, Sikoa and Hayes, Mysterio, Breaker, Williams, Priest, Keys, Balor, Knight, Uso, there's Keys.
Yeah, I see. I thought
Saints.
I don't know why I keep going back to this guy's name because they've showed us what they thought of him. I would have LA Knight win.
Yes.
Well, yeah. Well,
because he's upset at Adam Pearce because the bloodline is running crazy. So I would have him win and have him face Roman. And since Roman is going bye-bye this fall, I'd have LA Knight beat Roman.
Is that confirmed? Like he's done?
I know he's here for the summer, he said.
All right, I gotcha.
They booked this entirely wrong.
What are we talking about? The King of the Ring or the Femi thing?
No, I'm talking about Oba and Brock.
Okay.
If Brock wasn't, what Paul Heyman said really showed a light on why it was booked wrong. That when Brock left all the stuff in the ring and Oba was white hot, I said on this very show, you should have put the belt on him that Monday after WrestleMania, that he's not going to get any bigger than he is right now. So ride that as long as it takes. But when Paul Heyman said, I own Brock Lesnar's contract and I want you to take it off, that would have been a great opportunity for Paul Heyman to say, I'll decide when Brock Lesnar retires.
Mm-hmm.
And bring Brock back against his will.
Yeah.
To face Oba.
Oh, you just
because he's his mill ticket. Yeah.
Yes. And then you have a Brock that doesn't want to, but he's contractually forced to. Then you have a sympathetic Brock, a fan sympathetic to him, and you already have Oba, so you can have Brock win that way. But it's still, you have the fans knowing that Brock is forced into doing this, and So when that, and you could even have Oba beat Brock again, actually forcing, or that would be their second bout would be for Brock's contract. And if Brock wins, then he gets to regain his contract. So then he can go off into the sunset, which could lead you into Paul not being happy that Brock defied his wishes. And your co-main event at SummerSlam is the Vision versus Brock Lesnar and Oba Femi. We're not even 2 months from him retiring Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, and now he's beaten. Just like that. Yeah.
That's what I was worried about.
Yeah.
Like, and I wasn't even trying to do the white-black thing. I was like, young kid, old dude. What did we do in the Hogan thing for?
It's like when they had Seth beat Braun Breaker on the Raw. I was like, why? I was like, why? What's the point of this?
I said the same thing when Sammy beat Braun for the Intercontinental. Like, what's the point? Well, for what? Why did Sammy need an Intercontinental Championship?
Sammy has proved 48 times out of 49 that he doesn't need a title to push anything, heel or face.
Yes. So I don't know why you're beating Braun. Why Sammy would be the one to beat Braun, or why you have anyone? Why Braun should be losing to anyone?
On the other side of it, Black Excellence, Sol Ruca, unexpectedly, I didn't know.
Yes.
I said that on purpose because it's going to piss white people off. Beat Becky Lynch. I didn't expect that to go that way, and I'm very happy.
Despite her, but I didn't think they were going to put the belt on her because of the amount of botches she's had the last couple times during her push. Sure. But obviously they've been high on her since NXT, and she got the huge push coming out, and it's well deserved.
It looked good.
Yeah, It's just her finishing maneuver is so intricate, though. Yeah. Everyone has to be in the right spot because she was supposed.
A lot of leader to her. Not
Yes, she does.
She's completely different than any other woman on the roster, and she looks like she could live next door to you. I did like you mentioned Jesse. Becky goes, everybody says I'm the best. Sports Illustrated says I'm the best. So Sports Illustrated posted Sol Ruca wins IC title. And Jesse goes, look, Becky Lynch, we have a new IC champion. Even Sports Illustrated is saying it.
Can I also point out, and I know it's not new, but it seemed more pronounced this match that every time Sol Ruca went down for got put in submission, she was like, do you want to give up? And every time Becky got put in submission, she's like, do you want to give up?
Yeah, right.
You want to give up?
You sure?
You sure? Come on, you sure? Like, oh man. It might not happen, but part of me is hoping that puts her in a match.
Yeah, with Becky.
She was a good wrestler. She was a good wrestler. She's great. She's fine. She's great. I kind of hope, being a fan and a friend of the show, I'm kind of,
I wonder, just knowing Becky and everything you heard about her backstage, I wonder if Becky's angling that for her.
I hope so.
I think what's not, I'm not gonna say hurt Becky. She does so many great things, in her the podcast she does, the interviews she does, and she's a total babyface. So like it's people are seeing through the heel persona. I mean, don't get me wrong, she gets great heat, but I mean, did you just hear the interview she did yesterday that her daughter thinks that Cody Rhodes is her daddy?
Yeah.
And she says Javon Evans calls her mom because she's old enough to be his mom, so she just calls him. She just calls her mom.
How old's Javon Evans?
20.
He's 21. 2021, yeah.
How old's Becky?
She got to be 38, 39, 40 almost.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. Then that goes back to the bad judge of women's age, because that's how I got my wife. I guess she was 7 years younger than she actually was at the time. And
there you go.
It wasn't on purpose. That's what I thought. So I was like, Becky's like 36, 34? Question mark? Yeah. Then I forget how long she's been in the business.
Yeah, it's been.
Yeah, she said in the interview, she goes, Javon, I love him. She goes, he's younger than my wrestling career.
By the way, when you said the thing about Lita and Sol Ruca, like they could live next door, I don't know if you heard me. I said I wish real low.
I wish.
Dana said in the chat, "No one like that lives next door to me. We'd be friends."
Either. Oh, Soul or Lita walked out the door. Oh yeah.
Oh, hello, Kelly. I gotta go.
You want to go surf? You want to go surfing, Soul?
Hey,
I'll learn.
I will surf. I don't know
I'll
like I
learn.
surf, but I will figure it out, please. Lita, what do? I'll do it.
I can do a backflip. Right?
Yeah,
look, do a backflip.
I broke my back, but I totally did it. Please,
talk to me, like me.
just point at me. Oh, thank you.
It's 8:00.
Are we good?
So I don't know if you're good or not.
I have to go pick the missus up from the train station.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's sort of important.
So
Yes,
that's way more.
She's gonna be mad. She's gonna be mad. I'm wearing this jersey, but I
Since-
don't care.
I mean, she's got to give you a break during the fun. Even
Right? Yeah, leave me alone.
Sincerely, from me, I hate you guys, but I'd rather have you win than I'm so tired of hearing that Wemba's better than Joel Embiid. So if you kick his ass, that'd be fine. I don't know.
Hey, look, man, the Mets are still playing baseball, so eventually all this is gonna end.
I did see that. I did check
I'm gonna have
that.
to watch baseball.
I checked it just in case before you got on. I was like, where are they? Okay, good. I have this
It's
in
that-
case he pisses me off.
Juan Soto is amazing, so at least he's shutting people up.
It's-
But I have to watch. Yeah,
Anybody who is blaming Juan Soto for that should be smacked in the face.
yeah, he's the only reason to pay to watch that
Sorry,
team.
and I'm you know how much I hate you guys. Don't if you're blaming Juan Soto, play in traffic, please.
No. Derek,
Derek.
I'm wishing you the best for
Yeah.
your favorite basketball team.
Thank you.
That's full of Eagles fans. That's
I
why
know
you
he's
want
got
to
it. He's
win.
got it. I knew it was
That's
coming.
not. It's what
I
I
know.
What I lie about.
You're right.
So your Knicks win, and those guys bring the trophy to an Eagles game. I ain't gonna be mad at you.
Nobody's
bro.
gonna be mad. You know they're
You
not.
know,
Gonna,
it's funny. It's funny you mention that because I think it was Game 4 against Philly when it was kind of decided it was over. They showed the banner that from when they were in Villanova. I think it's
Yeah.
the Final Four banner.
Yeah.
And I was like, "You're welcome, Philadelphia."
I mean,
Yeah, but obviously Jalen, Josh Hart, Cat, all Eagles fans. So
yeah, I'm not mad. I'm not as mad as it could be.
yeah, so
like this doesn't
bring-
affect me as much.
bring
as it
that title home.
And Jalen, I got a beef with him because he spent a lot of time growing up on Long Island when his dad played for the Knicks. So
Uh-huh.
how you could live here
Yeah,
and end up an Eagles fan?
Eagles fan. Well, that was Villanova. That's
Well,
what
if-
that's what turned him over.
But
It must have been right. This is about
it
the amount of
has
time
to
he
be.
spent there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Cat's from South Jersey, so he grew up an Eagles fan.
I did.
Yeah.
What? Where?
He's
is it Hillsborough?
where is he from? But yeah, he's a Jersey kid.
Okay. All right. Well, let me look this up. Look this up
So,
for later. You don't do it now. You gotta get out of here.
Go
Look it
get
up
your
for later.
wife. Good luck tomorrow night.
Yeah, good luck. I'll be
You wanna be
watching.
looking?
I watched the other night. I'm gonna watch tonight or
Let's
tomorrow.
just hope. Well, he's not here anymore, but I don't have to worry about OJ going on a chase Game 6 and
No.
interrupting the feed. So
that
that'll be all
motherfucker
right.
would find a way.
And you don't have to be worried about New York being shut down because there's no Stanley Cup parade like it was last time.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
That's also true. That's also
Yeah.
true. I mean, it's weird that the NHL didn't decide not to have a Stanley Cup final this year anyway.
Yeah.
It's just not
I didn't know who
happening.
was in it until you brought it up. I had to look to see who was in it.
Isn't that weird that it's not happening, Derek?
Yeah, and the World Cup happened the last time the next
It's not happening either. Nobody's coming
We
here.
have the World Cup out here too.
Nobody's coming here. What are you talking about?
94. No, but
Hey,
go
get
pick
outta
up
here.
your wife and go get that championship. I'm very happy for
Good
you,
luck.
my brother.
Seriously.
Thank you so much. All right, fellas.
Talk
I'll
to you guys.
See ya.
All right.
Derek McDonald, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Who did you say was local? I'm looking this up.
Carl Anthony Towns.
How did I miss this? He went to Kentucky. Oh, he's from. Oh, okay. He's from Edison. All right.
Yeah,
Never mind
hardcore Eagles fan.
I don't know how I missed that. He went to St. Joe's. I'm stupid. I missed that completely. My hate for the team. He's a 6-time NBA All-Star already. Jesus Christ. Isn't he like 12? He's 30. I mean, man,
Yeah.
I wish I'd looked that good when I hit 30. Oh. Well, anything else wrestling wise? Well, WWE, AEW wise?
No. I'm losing track of all the different events there have been. I mean, Saturday Night's main event to
Same deal.
Backlash. I know they're overseas this week again because I know Raw is going to be at 2 o'clock in the afternoon again.
I'm
next
not mad
week.
about that.
No, I'm not mad about it. I can watch it at work. It's great. We're coming up, Dan. You probably saw the anniversaries this day in wrestling and history and all this happened, but next month are coming up on the 30. It's been 30 years
All right.
since the start of the NWO.
There, you don't have to.
Bash at the Beach, 96 was 30 years
You don't
ago.
have to put a fucking year on it. There,
Yeah.
Craig. Sorry, I was reading Dana at the same time. 30 years. Yeah, 30 years
Yeah.
since Hogan went heel, and then some fatter guy tried to get in the ring, and it was a very bad idea.
Yeah. So if you want to do a special episode on that, let's celebrate the
30
30th
years,
anniversary.
sure.
Yeah.
Breaking: Jalen Hurts becomes best friends with Ronald Acuna
Ronald.
Jr. I'm mentally so busted on that name because all I can think of is Bryce Harper busting the Atlanta Braves fans' chops saying his name wrong. It's Acuna. It's Acuna.
It's Acuna.
It's Acuna. Yeah. Halftime in Indianapolis, both Angel and Caitlyn are on double watch. Fever lead,
Wow.
Dream by 9. Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been tuning in more often. I'm trying to say less on social media. I really shouldn't. I really should say it because interactions, even my small account does get interactions to it. But I'm new. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm going to be fully into it because soon when the 2030 Philly getting our team.
Yeah.
So I won't shut up about it after that. I was debating. Yeah, so I'm gonna tiptoe through this.
Okay.
I was gonna read Dean's whole Twitter, but I don't want to take attention away from what he said. But Dean had an amazing write up about independent wrestling, Folsom County on Twitter at Folsom County. It's right up at the top still. I just pulled my mic stand up. It was not tight enough. That's unexpected. But if you go to Folsom County on Twitter, it's a hell of a write up. There's some things that happened in the last couple days. The people we used to associate with. And this is why I get upset. And I don't want to make I tweeted something when it was happening about me, and I deleted it and immediately said I should not have posted that. This is not about me and how I feel. But this is why I get upset when someone's like, can you culture? Whoa, can people get can? Apparently not. Again, apparently not. Not going to bring up specifics, but someone who is looked up to in deathmatch and someone they're directly connected to. Well, I'll bring up the one point. Jeff Cannonball.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody knows what's going on with Jeff, I'm just going to say he has ALS and it's not good. And he's young. He's like my age. Has I want to say 2-year-old, maybe a 1-year-old. I forget how young his baby is. And Tara, who was a wrestler, Tara Calloway, met in wrestling. One of my favorite proposals I've seen. She posted a story the other day, which brought up, again, somebody we used to associate with before Craig, well, I mean, technically I was still seeing him when you were on the show.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess the point, to take attention away from that and to focus on Jeff Cannonball, that dude is one of the nicest, goofiest, funnest guys I've ever met. I've never done anything to anybody. And if your response is, ha, that's karma, after finding out he's going to die from ALS, he will die. It is bad. That's it. It's been known for years that you were a piece of shit backstage. And now that it's coming to light, I'm glad. Chrissy, because you haven't deserved any of your attitude at all that you've given me or other people. And I'm just saying me because there's been interactions, but I am not even on the bottom of the totem pole in this thing. I cannot convey the stories that have been told and confirmed by others the last 2 days about assault, abuse, verbal and physical, and being lied to about, and manipulation, and the same old shit, Craig, in independent wrestling. Just the same old, same old. And I really thought, even though the stories that I've seen secondhand, I've been told secondhand about these two, I was like, well, at least he'll get out. And he hasn't done this to other people. Well, I was wrong. Dan was wrong again. And if you want more context, you go to my Twitter, go to Dean's Twitter, HIAC's Twitter. It's closer to the top. Tara Calloway Twitter. It's pretty gross. And this is what I say when I'm being loud. I don't give a shit about me. I'm doing it for clout. There's been no clout from this. I've gotten paid no money. I don't have a Twitter Blue account, so I'm not getting paid on any interaction. And you keep coming to the account and tweeting at me. I don't associate, either by choice or not by choice, with a lot of people anymore in wrestling. It's about 50-50. So I'm getting no push from anybody. This is why you don't drop it. This is why you don't say, get over it. It was a couple years ago when Sammy beat up his wife and backstage and everybody saw it and did nothing about it. Because what does covering up do? It just pushes that somebody else can get away with it, and it happens again and again and again and again. And no, love it or leave it, kiss my ass. I like something, I want to make it better, or I want to see it get better. So this is why you shouldn't be quiet. This is why people should be loud. I can't explain any better ever again. This is why. I don't know. Did you want to chime in? I will send you links if you want to read it offline. I don't want to get into it on the show.
No, and
it's so bad.
You shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to. Not when someone's already dealing with such a fatal disease that's taken so many, unfortunately, athletes more than any other.
Move the mic a little closer, sir.
More than any other vocation. What ALS has done, but
Karma?
No, unless this guy has a hidden agenda on the dark web that we don't know about, I don't know how anyone can say, especially to someone who's never, who you can't find anyone that has a bad thing to say about this person at all.
The only thing I saw said was, well, there was a time that maybe he didn't deserve his spot on a TV show he was on. Well,
Okay.
Number one, okay, good for you. Who the fuck are you?
Yeah, but is that evil? Is that wrong?
That's not, and you know what? I don't want to take that paycheck.
Yeah.
I'm going to stay home. Somebody better deserves it. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, but does that deserve retribution?
No, not karma.
Karmic retribution because he took somebody's spot.
Get out of here. And what's worse is there was a whole account that unfortunately got buried by a lot of people that were exposing these stories about these people a couple years ago. It's still up there. And it's like, oh, shit. Everybody, not me. I'm staying out of it. But like this, my whole point of bringing this up is this is why you don't be quiet, and this is why you don't say the things you say about victims, because then they don't ever come forward. It takes a while, like this, because now what? I'm pretty sure this one dude's booked to be champion this weekend. Great. Speaking of, I guess we're ending on a downer. Like I said, I sometimes we mix sports and wrestling because, well, it's because it's our show and we can talk about whatever the fuck we want. And this is my show and I want to talk about whatever the fuck I want. Does not guilty mean innocent, Craig?
No. OJ was found not guilty.
Right.
Yes. Far from innocent.
Thank you. I didn't even bring up OJ. Somebody else did. Can you prove that he wasn't? It's like, can you prove that he was?
Yeah.
No, because they didn't in court either. I don't know if you've watched that. But I just wanted somebody else to tell me that OJ got damned in the civil trial. Yeah, well, Carter Hart's not going to get a civil trial. Well, he was like, the civil trial.
And the family of Nicole and Ronald are still yet
they still have no money, right?
Dime one.
Not one dime. And he wrote a book.
Yeah. And OJ went to jail. In the charges he went to jail were completely independent of his murder charge, because don't forget, double jeopardy. He can't be charged.
I was going to say they couldn't bring it up, right?
No, he was charged. He was put in jail for assault and for it was theft.
Well,
of his memorabilia.
Which is funny because when that happened, I was like, yeah, I'd be pissed too. But then I'm also like, I'm just gonna.
But OJ going to jail, that's karmic justice, because he wasn't looking at any jail time at all. But imagine it's like that. Like, Dan, if I give you this iPhone, okay, and you say thank you, and then 7 years later I see you with my iPhone, and then I break into your home to take it back because it's mine. That's what OJ got put in jail for.
Yeah,
some guy bought his memorabilia when he was down in his luck, and he saw the guys that had it, and they were in the hotel room, and he tried to take it back because in his mind it was his. So, yeah, that's karmic justice. Someone going to jail that should have been in jail, rightfully
years
so.
Prior, yeah. Dana, are you aware of the whole Team Canada assault? Let's just call it what it is, rape thing. You can answer me in the chat. The second question is does not guilty mean acquittal? This is a harder question, right?
No. Not guilty doesn't automatically mean acquittal.
Thank you.
And again, depending on the charges of the severity of the crime,
correct.
There's many of assault victims whose abuser was acquitted, and they're still assaulted, or because there wasn't a significant evidence of proof. And I hate the term rape culture, even though it's the thing. It's why so many people don't come forward.
Yeah, because
why 62%, I looked this up, of victims don't come forward because of their standing, because of threats. They could lose their job, they could lose their income, they could lose
faster than the person that perpetrated said assault could ever get in trouble. Yeah.
So no, not guilty doesn't automatically mean acquittal.
Thank you, Craig. That's all I wanted. Yeah. I just wanted some. I asked our friend Nick about that. He says, no, that's not. I was like, good. Now, again, he's not familiar. And Dana said not familiar, but I understand no one seems to like Hart. I wish that were true. A lot of people don't, but there's a lot of people going, no, he was fine. She wanted it. That shit.
Yeah.
I'm putting a link in the chat for you to read, Dana, if you're able to get through it. There is a trigger warning on these documents. But that's the part I keep seeing is like acquittal. Do you understand what the words not guilty means? And 90% of the time, they don't. They were not able to find onus on the defense to prove beyond shadow of a doubt. That is not innocent.
Mm-mm.
There is a Google Doc that shows all that. I cannot, will not go into all of this. I don't have enough trigger warnings in my voice to what happened that night. But to say that 8 men on one is consensual is really funny. And it was actually like 10.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it is. Do not read it. Then do not read it, Dana. No, don't read it. Yes. There's 4. Yeah, don't read it. So that's also why I'm not getting into specifics. Yeah, but fuck. Thank you, Dana. If that's what he did, fuck him. Yeah, him and 14 others. 5 stood trial. And 5 were found not guilty. Not guilty just means prosecution couldn't erase all doubt. Exactly. That's what Dana said.
Yeah.
And that is my point. And men don't like when you say that. But your hero is a bad person. Just say you don't care. It's better to say that than just to me waste my time and debate not guilty with you when you just don't care. Because there's a difference. If you're willing to have a conversation and go, listen, I know what you read. Here's the story.
Mm-hmm.
That's different. You're just going to go, no, it's you leave him alone. No, we're not having the conversation anymore. So there is a Google Doc that explains a lot. It was put together by a woman who's been covering this since before even we knew about it. Mm-hmm. The Flyers signed him knowing this was coming.
Yeah.
And I know people are trying to say, well, he lied to the Flyers. Come on. Listen, I like Danny Briere too, but no. Stop it. That little good old boys network knew exactly. That's why Cal Foote works for the Chicago Wolves. Also, don't try to grandstand me and gaslight me on how American Hockey League contracts work. You're wrong. The Hurricanes told them to sign him, and that's why he has a job, because good old boys network.
Yeah.
And bring it back around to WCW terms.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I'm not going to mention specifics, Dana, so I'm not going to scare you away. The reason I bring this up is because the NHL, I don't know if you know this. I'm sure you've heard what I've said. The NHL has a track record of covering stuff up.
Oh, yeah.
It's public, dude, from the early 1900s, where arenas magically would catch fire. Mm-hmm. It was deemed an accident, maybe. Mm-hmm. We will never have conclusive. Oh, no? That's weird. Where emails went through teams and owners and coaches about not talking about head trauma and not talking about CTE and why all these players were killing themselves. And then that got leaked. And then when the assault with within the Blackhawks organization, again, not going into details because of people who are listening, read it, look it up. They got a slap on the wrist. They lost a draft pick and got fined. Everybody who was involved, if they weren't a player and retired, are working again. Joel Quenneville was just on a Jack Adams finalist chart this year. Mm-hmm. The head coach. Fuck Joel Quenneville. And if you don't like it, fuck you too. That happened. They covered it up. Not only did they cover it up, they fired the guy, didn't mention it, and then he was hired at a high school and he did it again. It just so happened they beat the Flyers that first year. Yeah. And they had to keep it quiet because they didn't want to affect the team chemistry. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, it's 2026, folks. You gotta stop just going. The NHL is known to Dana. NFL's had issues with CTE, but I always think of Dave Jerson when it comes to that issue. And they had a movie, didn't they?
Yeah.
Speaking of CTE, that guy later smacked somebody. I just, not that it wouldn't be bad in the first place. This is still beyond bad. But what makes me more upset, and it does upset me, is watching everyone bend over backwards to defend this league in the face of within the last 20 years. The Blackhawks thing, the cancer stuff with the Flyers, the CTE leak, all of that. And we're still like, no, it is what it is, and can't wait for him to win a Stanley Cup. This is why we are in a situation in this country that we're in. What situation? Don't play stupid. Don't play stupid with me. Okay. I'm not smart. I'm not as smart as you think. I was trying to parry Sid there. What is it? What does he say? I have half the brains that you do. Yes, as I was trying to do, but I was on a serious thing and I completely botched it. My point is if I am smarter than you in a situation, that's bad.
Yeah.
Read. Before we went on the air, that documentary that's mentioned in that Google Doc that wasn't released in the States just got put on Amazon Prime.
Oh.
The documentary is called Code of Misconduct. Craig, I suggest if you have time and you're okay with it, to watch that and then come back to me and go, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Because you will go, what the fuck? How is he walking or skating right now? The NHL suddenly deciding hockey ain't for everyone after all was a turnoff. Advantage, PWHL, Brita Curl's dumbass notwithstanding. Yeah, I agree. And then the fucking Las Vegas expansion team account was like, good luck to the Knights. Oh, come on. So frankly, every time I see that, I just reply with a screenshot of Carter Hart's text response in that text chain. I'm in. With his name above it, because I'm like, no, never gonna forget. And even if they did, based on the Blackhawks thing, what are they gonna get? A slap on the wrist and a fine?
Yeah.
Go back to playing, Whitey. Go.
Yeah, I know the victims aren't going to forget.
No. And it's the things that men and women are saying about her, and knowing that they will not read and see, oh, I might have been wrong about this. And then saying that shit, it does trigger me. It makes me upset that you're just okay with this. And no, I won't be watching. This is the first time in years I'm not even tuning in. I can't even tune in to the East Finals the West Finals because of the douchebag that was involved that's playing for the Chicago Wolves. Again, They tried to get. They didn't tell me that. Yes, they did. The Hurricanes were 100% behind that. Fuck them too. That's why I said earlier to Derek, it's weird the NHL decided not to have finals this year. That's weird. I just want to get that off my chest. Hey, if you disagree, you're wrong. Sorry. This is not damning Grandson. You're wrong. If you see what I see and read what I read, and many of others have read and reported on, you go, oh, and it started me off in a mood because I saw Hockey Night in the CBC, Canadian Broadcasting Company, posted about it this morning, and I was like, oh, we're really good, really? Okay, fuck you guys. So another thing for me is dead. I have tried to ignore it and watch hockey, but I have a conscience. Sorry, I can't separate art from the artist. I've tried. I can't do it. And that's it. That's what I want to end on, unfortunately. That's all I got. I think we covered everything I wanted to do in wrestling. Fan Expo, NHL, Mercedes Mone, Owen Hart Tournament, Oba Femi. I think I got everything. Yeah. Next week, I guess we're doing the NWO.
We don't do it next week. It's in. I mean, the actual anniversary is in July.
Oh yeah, no. Okay, so next month we're doing the NWO. Oh, next week, then something better happen for us to talk about.
Yeah.
Nothing bad. Please, no more bad next week.
No, if anything, the way the Knicks are playing, we might have something good to talk about next week. So at least one of us will be happy.
Next week could be Austin 316.
That's true.
Wait, why? Oh, did it happen in June?
Yeah, the King of the Ring.
Oh, that's right. It was King of the Ring.
Yeah. And
the busted lip where his lip was almost ripped off.
He has 14 stitches. Thank you, Mark Marrow.
Thank you, Mark. You're a hell of a boxer. Great Krubbock dresser, though.
Yeah, and well, it was 30 years since the curtain call, so that's what cost Triple H.
So true. We would have to talk about all of that. I think, you know what? I think Triple H has come out on the other side all right.
Yes.
He had a couple of years where it was not looking great, but I think he's okay now.
Yeah, and a couple of losses to Kai and Tai, some high profile,
Even if he had just
embarrassments, but-
married Stephanie McMahon, it would have been like, yeah, I think he won.
Yeah.
He's all right.
Yeah.
Craig, where can people follow you, my friend?
They can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Threads, and TikTok at Craig Ligons, CraigLiggons.
danlaw.tv. Click on the social media account icon you would like to follow me on and click follow. HIAC Talk Radio to listen. Or if you're at HIAC Talk Radio, click on the icon of the favorite podcast app you would like to listen to us on. We're also on YouTube and Twitter. You guessed it, HIAC Talk Radio. DanLaw83 on social media for me. Craig Ligons for Craig. It's not hard. Try to keep it easy. It used to be danlaw.tv, but I had all that fixed. I'm very happy about that. And speaking of Twitter Blue, I've seen people getting payouts, and I'm like, I think I think I could piss off enough people to get interactions and get a couple $100 a month. Yeah. I think I might do it. For Craig Ligons, I am the above average comedian, Dan Calachico. Punch your local Nazi and sexual assaulter. Keep it on the paper. Don't use Ring camera. Fuck ice.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Not what you use for drinks, the ones in boots. Jake, one last thing. I just want to put this on record. If I looked like Jake Lang, and I know I'm not in great shape, but if I looked as misshapen as Jake Lang, I would not talk the much shit as I am. I mean, he's like a weeble wobble backwards. He's real thick on top, but he's got these skinny little legs.
It's like a Warner Brothers cartoon.
Yes.
Also, Happy Pride Month.
It's a Happy Pride Month. It should be Veterans Month. November. Yeah. If you cared, you'd know that. Just shut up. and last month was military. So, again, if you really actually cared and weren't just a big, giant, homophobic piece of garbage, you'd know that. But anyway, all those things I say, keep it on the paper. Good night. What's the button?
And there you have it. It's the end of the show. It's the end of the show, motherfucker.